So good morning, March the 3rd, 2016. This is CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology and Life. Today is day number 12 into week number 6. So let's get started. First of all, good morning and welcome back to today's class. We're going to do a number of things today, including helping you to form a team, which is supposed to be composed of 2 pairs. Now, first of all, I just want to make sure that after taking into account some feedback from the midterm course survey, I will add incrementally rich information into our new Moodle site. First of all, you see that I add the following live immediately on the Learning Center service, which help remind you this is a general education program with the program intended learning outcomes there. So if you click on this link, you should be brought to a page where you will be reminded of the general education's program intended learning outcomes. We have 7 here, okay? So the second one, it's the course learning objectives. These are the objectives expressed from the perspective of a teacher, which helping you to remember the 3 important course learning objectives in this class from the instructor's perspective. So I'm supposed to provide information, guidance, design, help you achieve, in a sense, to help the whole class achieve this, and that, okay? But the most important things of all is the course intended learning outcomes. That means those are the outcomes, what we call the abilities to be acquired by students at the end of taking this semester's course. Now, these are very important points to demonstrate your learn-to-learn ability from being a taught-to-learn student. So, starting from this week, week number 6, it's very time for us to put our focus on the 3 important elements of this course. First is the GE program intended learning outcomes. Second are the course learning objectives. And third are the course intended learning outcomes. Course learning objectives are expressed from the perspective of the teacher. This is what I expect to achieve in this class with 3 specific learning objectives. The course intended learning outcomes are what you are supposed to be able to do at the end of taking this course. So once this has been spelled out, it's very important that when you do your second or third learning contract, you should keep those course intended learning outcomes in mind and work hard enough to make sure that you do something in this course that you can keep track of, that will become the evidence of your achieving those course intended learning outcomes. Okay, having said that, if you go to each week, okay, if you go to each week's block in the Moodle environment, you can see I repeat the same line at the head block of each week to make sure you will have a good understanding of them, okay? Now, starting next week, I'm going to give you a little bit more of what you can do and actually to achieve those course intended learning outcomes. And actually, all those what you can do that's already been there in the Moodle environment, just for the sake that you did not come to visit them. So starting from this week up to the end of the 11th week, I'm going to remind you week after week what you can do to help you achieve the course intended learning outcomes. Okay? So having said that, let's come back here. Okay? I'm glad that you have already finished the midterm course survey. If I look at the number, out of the 21 students in this class, 17 of you have already completed the midterm course survey. The 4 of you did not complete it. Well, I hope that you will not miss any other chance to do a survey after the second and third learning contract and also after your project. All right? So let's take a look at the result very quickly. Out of the 17 students in this class, 1 student saying we're going very slow, too slow. 12 said we're going pretty good. And 4 set, we are going too fast. Okay? So we hope that if you do feel we're going too fast, schedule an appointment with me so that I can help solve some of your problems. Okay? Make sure you know that my office hours, it's Monday from 5:30 to 7 o'clock, Wednesday from 12 to 1:30. Okay? Or any other time by appointment. So you can come to talk with me so I can understand how to help you individually. I think if only 4 of you have this problem, we still can handle it. Alright, so the second question is, how much do you understand about the course presentations? Now, out of the 17 students there, I got 9 of you who have more than 50% understanding. 1 said 100%, 8 said 75%, 4 said 50%, and only 4 said 25%. Well, I believe that the 4 here match closely with the 4 in the above question. So do not feel bad to come to me and tell me what difficulty you have. If you do need some help, okay? I can always be there to help. And then, how much do you understand about the course material? Let's take a look at that. Now, this is a very interesting question compared to the second one. The course presentations, the course material. Now, take a look at that. We have 6 students who believe they understand more than 50% of the course material. We got 9 students who say about 50. Only 2 students who say 25. So how much do you understand the differences between course presentations and course material? All right. Now, largely speaking, in this course, the Moodle environment is very important because that is where we got the informations. There's also where you got the presentations, all right, including the in-class discussions and the way that the materials are being presented. Okay, but there is one thing I would like to make sure that normally when we talk about course materials, students would take in all the materials from the Moodle side or all the material from the book. Okay, so you have to be very cautious when you think about this, because in the Moodle environment, we have more material than you can handle. The reason is we would like to provide choices for individual students to choose. Okay? But when we come down to the weekly discussions of the material, we nail it down to just manageable parts, so that, and in the context of your knowledge constructions, okay, 1 topic per week is what we expect. So now, if you believe that you're answering this question based on that 1 topic per week, and it's due for the material for that 1 topic that you choose. Now remember, each one of you might choose a different topic, but that is very important. If you have any questions or difficulty there with that 1 topic, come to me so that I can understand how to adjust something specifically for your needs. Okay, remember, even a writer, an author for a textbook, when you write the textbook is not just for 1 person to read, it's for different persons with different needs for the different topics. Now, I got very good suggestions. Do you have any suggestions to improve teaching in this course? See more video and teach more knowledge about IT. Okay, and actually every week we have a lot of things to talk about IT, and with a lot of video. But we cannot let you watch all the video in class because we do not have that much time. It is up to you, remember, to select the most appropriate set of videos that you like because it's consistent with the topic you choose, and explore it. Now, after you explore it, it will be highly appreciated if you could take some notes on the video and create your personalized questions and share your questions in the public online discussion forums for the whole class to look at, together with your viewpoints. Okay? And also share that in the peer or team online discussion forum for your learning member or teammate to comment on. And that is the purpose. So we cannot just show all the videos in class. We simply don't have that much time, and not every one of you will be interested in the same set video. So the reasons why we provide more videos on the website is really trying to tailor to your own needs, okay? I think group discussion is better than presentations in a class. And actually, when you do in-class sharing here, it's not supposed to be a presentations, as I emphasize. It's supposed to be some sharing in such a way that you could stimulate your fellow student to discuss with you. So I very much agree that group discussions is much better than presentations. Presentations will always give that kind of anxiety to do a good job in presenting something. You know, we just want you to come here to make a few points about something you believe are meaningful and stimulate the whole class, or at least 1 or 2 or 3 students to join your discussions in class, so that the whole class will benefit from the point of view you share in class. Okay? And the score is very dispersed. I do not quite understand the meaning of dispersed or score. And actually, as I said, if you come here to do your in-class sharing, you can give yourself 2 semester points at the end of it, as long as you do the following. You sign up, you provide some kind of records of your sharing on the same discussion forum, you keep track of the YouTube video, and you can take 2 semester points from it. So dispersed, I don't quite understand it. It's very hard to get the score. Why? Why? As I said, if you come here to do the sharing, you give yourself 2 points. Why is it difficult for you to get the 2 points? I don't understand. There's too much material in the middle. Yes, it's not for you to do all. You need to select the proper dosage material just good for your sharing. You're not here to memorize all of these. Remember that, do not get it wrong. The Moodle environment contains many materials. Okay, but we're not there to memorize them or use them all. Actually, I do not what I need to do sometime. Read the before class, during class, after class, and after class guidelines. They are the guidelines that help you to organize yourself. Something like this, okay? Every week, we have before class, during class, after class, and end of class activity. At any time you feel lost and you do not know what to do, ask yourself, do I have any problem before I come to class? Read this link to see what you should have done that you have not. During class, have we talked about the videos there? After class, have I done some note-taking? And the week, have I done some reflections? Basically, there's a very consistent sequence of training to think, they have to think. So at any time, if you have difficulty understanding what you need to do, first review the week's brand learning guideline, and then schedule it accordingly. That's very important, okay? Please don't put too many informations on the Moodle, just put the most useful information. As I say, informations are neutral. I do not put rubbish informations there, but you have to exercise descriptions, okay, to decide on what to choose. And as I said here, most useful information, I do not call them, I just put useful information there. Now, if at any time you discover some information is not useful, come talk with me and let me know what do you think. Otherwise, I really cannot answer this question. Because we have a class of 21 students, and we have a topic here on the Moodle, and on each topic we provide different types of information which can help you understand something about that topic. And it's true, you may not consider that as useful for your purpose, but what about other students, okay? So you have to share the wish of others. And you believe that there's some useful information that you discover, but you cannot find in the Moodle. You share that in the public discussion forum so that the whole class could benefit from that. But that's the purpose. Organized Moodle material. Yes, actually, I have already organized it, but may not be up to your taste. So if you have any concrete suggestion as to what needs to be further organized, help by sharing this with me in the Documents Q&A hotline. That's very important. And I think all of you, when you look at a Moodle environment like this, you know that I have some kind of organizations, right? So we have week after week, and on each week we have a theme, we have a topic, And now we're going to add into it, how does each theme and a topic relate to the course in hand learning outcome. So there's some kind of organization, and we have day, and we have each day what we're supposed to cover. Now, in case we cannot cover, I hate to say cover, we cannot have enough time to inquire about this. They are there 24/7, so that in case you have any questions about this, make sure you come to the organized set of tools here. First, let me know about this, and you can also arouse the whole class about your concern, and then you keep notes of that. So these are awesome organization. Now I know that I'm not perfect, so if you do believe that a certain thing we can further organize it, make sure you let me know. That's the way we learn together as a community, okay? So it's very important. So let's try to see some more. We have a summary. We can have a summary of what we're going to do and what's the main point at the end of each lesson. Indeed, we do. As you can see, that I always provide some key questions at the end of the class, and also provide the same set of questions and after-class activity, which I just mentioned here. Okay, you can see that we do have some after-class activity and doing activity to remind you what you need to do before the end of the week. So hopefully you have visited those things to understand that. Okay, and if at any time after you visit those things you still do not know what you need to do, you need to send me an email and ask me questions directly in that which documents Q&A online. That's why we have a hotline there. Okay? So after going through all of these, you still got confused, you need to ask questions. Alright? If you believe that asking questions here is not enough, make sure you schedule an appointment with me so that we could help you, okay, to handle some questions and issues. And then, except using the web to learn and teach, we can try to work out of the classroom, right? Doing some activity by groups, gain points from that. We definitely have a lot of activity to be done by groups. You can see that because we're getting into the second learning contract. But how can we gain points from doing that, and how do we define this? It's really a matter of your choice, because as you can see that eventually you give the points for that learning contract, which is just 10 semester points. So no matter what you do, you got 10 semester points. You got some points out of the 10 semester point assignment. Now, how are you going to get some extra points to that? Maybe to gain points from that is I can offer some bonus activity for each group to do. Okay? The bonus activity defines some scope. Okay, and in the scope, I connect it with the course intended learning outcome, and I just offer it as optional on this table, so that if you believe that you do not need to take lessons in a particular class for your group, because you would use that 75 minutes outside of the classroom to do it, I think I can make it work for you. But you have to be responsible that the whole team of your members is going to follow up with the specific activity guideline, because maybe one go to some other room and chat, maybe the other did not do the expected quest. Now I will try to work this out next week, okay? I can offer you some kind of outside of the classroom activity, but you have to come to class first. Now the particular table, I put something there. If you pick that up, if you promise that you're going to do something within the 75 minutes in class, but you will not do it inside the classroom, you're free to do it. As far as the bonus point is concerned, we're going to negotiate about this. But what about you give me a proposal of what bonus point you want to earn, right? Okay? Now, we have an in-class sharing, which if you do it each time, you got 2 semester points. Now suppose if we offer something like this, that you do not need to come to class and sit listen, that the whole team of you will go out to the classroom during that period and do something specific and expect you to complete it, and then you come back for a simple briefing next time, then how much points you earn for that? Make me a proposal. We'll think about this, okay? It's very good. Okay, so I would suggest that we should decline the workload before the midterm and final. We do not have final exam, first of all. Okay, we just have midterm exam. And instead of the final exam, we have a project called Learning Portfolio. If you study the syllabus, you should know that. You mean reduce the workload? In the specific questions here, we asked you, do you prefer to combine the two learning contract to help you reduce the workload so that you do not need to submit something on March the 12th, but only in April the 2nd? So you have 6 weeks time to do it. I believe most of you say yes, so I think your wish here is satisfied. Okay, and then we should talk about something about computer science, technology, security knowledge. Now, it is not that we cannot talk more about computer science knowledge, but this is a general education course not based on some technical preference. So we really go into what we call the computer science technology. Actually, it's not computer science technology, it's IT technology. You can go to the Learn and Practice link. Over there, we do provide some specific things on that. If you have not checked on this, come and ask me questions, I'll show you how. It's already in the website, all right? So it's very much about the security knowledge, true. Okay, so I at least satisfy some of your wishes. Offering more interesting materials to be attractive. Give me some examples what is considered more interesting, in which area. Otherwise, it's very hard for me to decide. Because what I put there, I use several criteria to put information there. One is more relevant. Okay, whether or not it's relevant, whether or not it's simple and easy for you to take. Okay, so I hope that if you can give me some more examples of interesting material that you believe, and I have not put it in the website, let me know. I want to learn something from you, all right? So I'm wondering if we are not going to have some things to learn in our class as in the last 2 classes. It seems we have not have any new things to learn. Oh, I'm sorry if you do not believe we have any new things to learn. And actually, in every class, we have something very important for you to learn, even though we did not have enough time in class to, I hate using the word cover it, but it's there in the website so that you can always have the coverage of what you want. I think the idea of learn to learn is very good, however, since my application is a little bit slow. It's okay, you're here to learn. You don't need to say you're slow. I feel hard to follow up. The website is there 24/7. The videos are there, so you can always take your own time to watch them, to try to pick up the idea. And in case you cannot pick up the idea, come talk with me. First, share that with your learning partner first. That's the purpose of having a partner. And then next time, now you have a team, so you have decided a learning partner with a teammate. Discuss your concern within the team, okay? And see if the whole team could resolve it for you. If not, set up an appointment with me so we can talk about this. That's the way to go, okay? When I look at the new environment, it's a little bit busy. You can get used to it. This is a big campus compared to the old campus. You are sure to get dizzy here a couple of days of the semester, but you can get used to it. So just have a heart to conquer it. It's just a linear layout on Moodle from week 1 to week 14. And so you can just go to the suitable week block and go to the suitable day block and select what you need to do, okay? And they're systematic. Each block comes into a very systematic way of design. You have block, you have day block, and you have to choose to make the best use of it. So if you have any difficulty, come to talk with me. I can give you at least an hour tutorial on that. I used to do it in my office, okay, for students with difficulty. And other reasons maybe because I changed in the course of the very last minutes of the first 2 classes, I was very confused. Watch the YouTube video, okay? We have all the in-class video for you. So spend some time, watch the YouTube video, and try to discuss the same issue with your learning partner. Then you can help yourself a little bit. Don't give up, okay? Give yourself some courage to go forward. Speak lower. You mean I speak softer or slower? Okay. Maybe for some external help for students who are too used to the talk to learn method. Actually, you do not need. I do not quite understand. Do you mean I need to give some extra tutorial on how to help, or have you make the best use of the learn and practice thing that I mentioned earlier? Yes, I agree with you. It's very difficult to change your learning style because you used to sit in the classroom, listen, and do homework at home. But here in the classroom like this, when we try to give you a chance to learn, it is more than that, because you need to prepare for class, pay attention during class, review after class, and reflect at the end of the week. And all these things are not so much encouraged in secondary school, but they're so much important in the 21st century. So all these things are very important. Now, the opportunity in this course is you have the time designed into the course to do that. And you have 14 weeks time to do it, and you have the first 10 weeks to learn how to do it. Explain better. Okay. I try to go slowly, and in case you do not believe you understand what I said, come to my office. I give you all the time you need, okay? More in-class sharing would be better than more online homework. Actually, we do not have homework, we just have assignment. But the assignment contains online activity. So if you consider those online activities as homework, well, get used to it. Because it's just like picking up a pen and pencil. No, a pen, pencil, paper to write the notes. And you just have to spend not more than 6 hours per week, remember. So if you can develop this type of learning, or preparing before class, paying attention, take notes during class, and reviewing after class, and reflecting at the end of the week, if you know how to galvanize the cycle of doing things for this course and extend it to other courses, I guess you're going to be invincible in your college years, okay? Thank you, no suggestion. I think the homework is too much, and we need to deal with different kinds of homework. True, when I was a student, we have a 14-week semester, and tell you frankly, studying the second week, all the things are already scheduled. And the most present time for us when we did our study in the US is Friday afternoon, when we have the time to go to the park, to go to the supermarket, to buy food for the whole week. And during the walk through the supermarket, we went through a pond. Oh, we love the ducks on the ponds, and we say, wonderful time every week. But you have to understand that this is really important for you. I do not think we have a lot of homework, but the reasons why you feel the homework is difficult is because you never do homework of this kind in the past. The homework you do in the past is more memorization or regurgitation of knowledge, but you have not been given enough chance to construct your knowledge on your own. So the purpose of general education, as I told you at the very beginning, is to try to turn the tide, give you an opportunity to transition yourself from a taught-to-learn student in which you don't seem to know, do a lot of things to learn-to-learn student, where you have to make yourself aware of the importance of those skills. And we call those 21st century skills, okay? So let's take a look at this result. Of the 17 students, 13 say yes. And 13 is more than half of the number, which is equal to 21 divided by 2. So sure, you got one learning contract. You do not need to submit the learning contract artifacts for LC002 on March the 12th. You have to just submit the learning contract artifacts for LC003 on April the 2nd. But do not look down on this. You have to get started, because an LC003 is a task force project. As a task force learning contract, that means you have to have 2 teams, okay, to get it done. Now, may I invite you to spend at least 5 to 10 minutes time looking for your team pair, all right? I have not received enough of the response that you got the teams already. But you have to know that, as I told you last week, you got to have your team formed before the end of this week, all right? And you also need to get ready to have your task force formed to combine 2 teams before the end of next week, sure. So there's a lot of negotiation going on. May I invite you now to spend 5 to 10 minutes going around this room, okay? Negotiating with possible partner pair to form your team, okay? If you do not have a team yet. So let me just take a look at the informations that I have in week number 5 and also week number 6. Okay, let's take a look at that. Now we still do not have any team formations informations on week number 5, so let's go to week number 6. So week number 6. So as I said, you need to indicate in document Q&A hotline. Not yet. So may I invite you to spend 5 to 10 minutes talking among yourself on the table and go across the table to make sure you have a team pair to be integrated into your team. All right? Please give me the information of your team in week number 6 document Q&A hotline before the end of this Saturday. All right? Before the end of this Saturday, so that I can install you as a team. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about your work in the first learning contract next Monday. May I just give you 5 to 10 minutes? So we are going to resume class at 12:15. All right? So to finish what we're supposed to do today. Now, would you please, yes. Okay, let me just tell you one more time. Each team is supposed to compose of 2 pairs. Okay? So you just need to find another pair. Because in each team we're going to have 4 persons, 2 pairs. Unless we have an odd number of pairs, in that case we're going to have 1 team with 3 pairs. Otherwise, we're going to have 1 team with 2 pairs only. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking this question. Alright? So you are supposed to conduct a very simple pair-based discussion first, and then go around the room to look for your team pair. Alright? Each team is supposed to contain 2 pairs, which is based on the teacher's message of week number 5 and also week number 6. Alright? And then you now belong to 1 pair. So what you need to do is to look for another pair to be in your team. Alright? And after that, what you need to do is to send me a message that I belong to which pair, and our pair is going to pair with which other pair from the team. Alright? So that is very important. You give me the pair name, the pair member's name, and I'll give you the team name. Alright? Help yourself. Talk and make sure you have a team form. Alright? It's very exciting to have team form. Yes, go ahead and talk. Yes. Remember, you retain your pair identity. You already have a pair identity. You just need to find another pair to form a team. Alright? Yes, alright. Feel free to talk. Yes. And of course, if you have a question, you can come ask me. Alright? Each team is going to have 2 pairs, alright? And that means normally each team is going to have 4 persons, because each pair is composed of 2 persons. Alright? Have a seat. Yes. Help yourself. During this time, allow me to take attendance for today. Alright? Candy, here today, thank you. Neil, thank you. Annie, thank you. Zishen, Zishen, not here today, okay. Tom, you're here, thank you. Connie, thank you. Sean is not here today. Luna, thank you. Jerry, thank you. Tammy, thank you. Francis, thank you. Harden, not here today, okay. Joanna, yes. Peter, thank you. Romina, thank you. Jennifer, thank you. Sheena, thank you. Nari, thank you. Kathy is here, right? It's over there, right? Yeah, okay, thank you. Alex, thank you. Ethan, thank you. Thank you very much. Those of you who are here. Sean is not here. No, you do not need to do that. Because based on the result of the survey, 13 of you prefer to do just one contract. That means combine with contract 2 and contract 3. That means you just need to submit on April 2nd for that contract. I will tell you the things that you need to do to transition from level contract 2 to level contract 3 starting next month. Okay. But you do not need to submit anything on March the 12th based on the result of the survey. Okay? Are you ready to give me more information on your teaming information? When you're ready to give me the information on the teaming details, come here, tell my teaming information. We have two pairs name, the pair member's name, and then things will be set. All right? You still have 4 more minutes, and then before we come back to the class. Basically, task force is contained 2 teams. Okay, it's a bigger team. Right. Yes. Right. Yes.
So there are 2, and then we need another 2 teams.
A task force is what we want to get you involved in learning contract number 3. And a task force contains 2 teams. Okay? Each team contains 2 teams. So the task force contains 4 teams. That equals 8 people. Yeah. Many people will do a job. Okay? But in learning contract number 3, you just have 1 problem. Okay? So all the people have to converge to doing one thing. Okay? And you divide the whole one topic among the 8 people. Among the 2 teams, among the 4 pairs. So maybe we can find another pair. Okay. Yeah, oh, wait a minute. Because at this point, we do not have any reported details yet. You see that until we got all the reported details of the team, we'll come back to you. Okay? Try your very best to converge at this point. Now, it's very likely, based on the number of students in this class, We just have 21 students. So 21 students means what? If we may have 2 task force, 16 students, and then we have one group of students with 5 students there to become the all-friend team. And then it's still okay, all right? So, so let's try to see the team formations first, all right? If it is not desirable, okay, we might just say, okay, we want you to support one vote. Do you want to do learning contract number 3 in the form of teams instead in the form of task force? Because in the form of teams, with 21 students, with 4 persons per team, you have 5 teams. Okay? That would be also pretty good enough, 4 persons. But we need to set up a simple survey again to let you decide. Okay? Do you want to do learning contract number 3 in the form of a task force that means 2 teams? Or do you want to do it as 1 team? Okay? 1 team means 2 pairs. Then we can avoid the awkward situations that with 2 task force, 16 students, with the 5 students remaining, and 1 team is going to do learning contract number 3. But just go ahead and talk first to form a team first. As I said, today is very important for you to have a team first. And so you also give me the feedback during the weekend so that I will show you your preference next Monday. I will set up a very simple survey to ask you the question, do you prefer to work on the learning contract number 3 in the form of a team, which means 2 pairs, or in the form of a task force, which means 2 teams, 4 pairs, okay? But for the time being, make sure you have a team form first, all right? I know that somehow you have a pair with 3 persons, right? No? Okay. Okay, but it's officially dropped course for you mean John? Mark. Okay. You can send him an email to let him know we need to form a team. We want to make sure you're there, okay? So, yes, thank you very much. It's very important. Okay, I let you do it, okay? I invite you to let me know your team formations. Remember, team formations before the end of this Saturday by coming to this particular link, Dr. Bird's Q&A online, week number 6. So each one of you send me a message about your team formations, okay? That means you need to include the 2 pairs name, include the 2 members in each pair's name, okay, so that I understand where are you as a team, all right? So allow me to get you back to this class. Do you still remember what we talked about on Monday? We introduced to you something called the blog. We also introduced to you something called the wiki. Now it's so much better now you're sitting on the table. May I tell you a little bit more about, let's see, right here, yes, the blog. Now the purpose of by introducing to you blogs and wiki from the perspective that you learned of last class is to give you some background information on that. But we want to use blogs and wikis in higher education. So I invite Professor to give you about 5 minutes talk about the use of blogs and wikis in higher education. So would you please lend your ears and then after the simple conversations, not conversations, talk here, we discuss about this in your table.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Friedberg. I have an educational gaming company. We talk about technology, education, and they're used in all different levels of learning. But my background, I have a doctorate in molecular genetics, and I've been teaching at the university level for over 10 years. So what I'm going to talk to you about right now are 2 web-based technologies that I've used in my teaching that I've found valuable for my university level courses, and really just very efficient ways to communicate with my students over the course. The 2 technologies are wikis and blogs. They're both web-based technologies, and functionally, they're different types of websites. And they can be used in a variety of ways, but it's about the technology, it's about how you use it, and how you deploy it, and what your kind of content you're working with. The first one I'll talk about is a wiki. And very basically, a wiki is a website. It's a website that's very easy to create and manage. But what's exciting about a wiki, it's a website that when you build it, it can be built collaboratively. And so, a great example of this is Wikipedia. You go into Wikipedia, there's tons of content on there. Very easy to get a hold of. The beautiful thing about it is that everybody is contributing to it. Anybody can add content, revise pages. And when you take a concept like that, a platform like that, and apply it to your class or your course, you often have a tremendous amount of information you just need. You need your reservoir of content for your students. So a wiki is a way that you can build that content. You can start very small, and year after year, continue to add to it. You can have your grad students add to it. You can have students within your class actually adding and building and modifying content. And it's a way to actually grow your content base, your resource assets that you need for your class over time. Now, one other really nice feature about Wikipedia is, or a wiki-type interface, the ability to hotlink. So within a body of text, let's say you're talking about genetics. My background is in genetics. And you come across a paragraph, in the paragraph, the word DNA appears. That word DNA can be linked directly to another page that deals just with DNA. Within that page, you can have a hot link that go to other pages. So one of the exciting things about Wikipedia and why it's a very valuable tool as opposed to, let's say, people, is that you have a way to have non-linear interaction with your content. You're not starting at page 1, page 200. You can go any directly to the content. It's a fast, efficient way to gather resources and information. So take your course. You can have all of your supporting information. You can have your course syllabi. You can have all kinds of administrative content your students need, and they can work through the content in a very efficient way and even build value to it. Now, another technology that can be built into the wiki or alongside it is the concept of a blog. And a blog is very much an information delivery tool. And generally, it's one way. And there are lots of blog technologies that are freely available online, like wikis. And blog technologies can sign up on these sites will create a website for you automatically, customize the look, and most universities will have some kind of blog capabilities built into their systems. So I encourage you to check with your IT departments and see what services you already have available. But basically, a blog is a way for you to communicate with an intermediate student. And a great example of this is news items. Let's say you have multiple blogs. You're teaching a course in genetics, for example. You could be having a daily news item that you were talking that things that are happening in the news. So every morning, once a day, once a week, type it up to you. You can add a piece of content into your blog, and then your students can then go to the blog site and see the posting that you're putting in there. This news item, this hot topic. We're having an exam next week, whatever you want. But it's a one-way linear path to disseminate information. The other nice thing about blogs is that they're a great creative tool. And we see all kinds of examples of this online. People using blogs to interact with the community. And so in the courses that I've taught, I've used blogs not just as an information delivery tool, but as a way to let my students be creative. Instead of writing that report, that lab assignment, I can get them to carry a blog for a period, for the semester, the 3 months that we're dealing with this subject. They can actually take a topic and they can follow what's happening in the world, what's happening in research, and post items on that blog. And in some blog software, you can have other people commenting on the post. So it's a way for you to let a student explore a topic, a concept, something they have to do in class, and it's public, and it's published openly to the community. And you can grade it in that respect. You can see that they're writing it. You get some kind of a sense of their understanding, the work they've been doing, and the level of integration with the content. So in terms of using these technologies, they can do all kinds of different things with it. Wikis take a little bit of time to learn how to actually enter code. It's not really entering code, it's enter information, but if you want a title, you have to put a couple of symbols around the text to say this will be the title, this will be the body paragraph. And once you've got it in your belt, it's really easy to pick up, and you can just go with it, and you'll be able to produce a ton of content. Blogs, on the other hand, are very, very easy to set up. Literally log in, sign up, create your accounts, and you're adding text, links, images, whatever you want. And it's very much right out of the box, you're ready to go and deliver content. So I encourage you to explore both these technologies. There's tons of information online about them, but they have a dramatic impact on how you manage and organize your class content, but also allow your students to interact with content the way that, frankly, they're very comfortable with and very used to using these technologies.
So here we go. Remember what we did last class, we introduced to you in the Moodle environment, we do have the wiki facility, okay? The wiki facility that I introduced to you last time under week number 6, okay? Right here, remember I have used pair number 1, okay? I've used pair number 1 as link to show you the wiki. So over there, if you have actually not done anything, all right, so you can just come here and see that it's pair number 1. So then I come here and say I want to create a page, and then come back to this page. Remember that we created for pair number 1. And remember, on the wiki page, which is included in the Moodle environment, you do have the edit tag, and then you have the view tag. Okay, when it comes to the edit tag, definitely you are going to see the save button at the end. Okay, and then you can also see the preview button. Okay, now let's take a look at what we did last time by going back to view, which is a very safe button. And over there, I say this is what we expect. In the second learning contract, we expect we're going to have one team formed by 2 pairs. And remember, this is the pair wiki space, okay? Because we have not created a team wiki space yet. I still do not have any team informations. So under this pair wiki space, both students in this pair, Jennifer and Alex, will come here to do collaborations in terms of writing, okay? And I typed something in here last time to show you how to create the link page in the wiki, which is very much described by the gentleman in the video there. And how would you create a link page? For example, this is the link. We go to the workspace or the working desk. When we get to the working desk, we were brought to a page which is one level down the front page. Okay? And also introduced to you how to create a link to return to the front page. So when we click on the link here, we can easily return to the front page. And this is the only technique you need. That is, starting from the front page, you learn how to create linked page, which is one level below the front page, and you can subsequently create any other linked page in this particular page, which is 2 levels below the front page. And so you have an organization, a hierarchy of linked pages. Now, do you still remember the technique you need to learn in order to create the linked page? Okay, in order to see the technique, you need to go back to the edit tag. When you click on the edit tag, you see that that is the editor. So you want to enlarge the editor here, so you can see the way to create a link page is to enclose any name you would like to be called as the specific page to be created within 2 sets of square brackets. That's it. If you type any name within 2 sets of square brackets, and at the end, when you save them, you can see the black color ink here will be turned into red and italics. Let me add something more for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, say, a coffee corner. Okay? Next to the working desk. So now you see I'm adding a coffee corner. So when I save this, you can see immediately coffee corner is being turned into red in color, and it is being italicized. Because for the system, they're trying to tell you, okay, I know you have intentions to create one extra linked page, and you want to call this landing page Coffee Corner. So they say, I'm ready. So if you believe that it's time for you to create a Coffee Corner, remember now you're in the View button. You want to do, what you want to do is to go to click on the Coffee Corner, and then the system will respond by asking you, okay, you want to create a new page, and the title of that page is called Coffee Corner, and you want to create it using the HTML format. Remember I told you last time, never try to create the other two, okay? You have unpredictable result because the Windows system here is open source. You always stick to HTML. And then this particular page belongs to CISG114, section 1 pair 01. Remember, you always go to this particular group in order to let your fellow student, your learning partner, aware of what to do. If you go to your personal lane, only you are the person who knows it. So when you click on the Create page, now you can see that you're brought to a new editor representing the page Coffee Corner that you're going to create. So let's say you have Jennifer here. Alright, so suppose you type something like this, and then remember you want to have one specific facility to go back to the Coffee Corner, to go back to the front page, and also to go back to the working desk. So let's do something like this. So your three possible pages to go back to. So what you need to do is go to Map, and you do not want to leave this page. So I want to stay on this page, okay? So maybe you just need to do something more. Okay, save this first. Yes, save this first. Now, when you save this, you got a specific intentions. You want to go back to one of these. So you have to go to Map. So first of all, you need to have Map. So that is the front page. So I copy the link address here. So I go to View. Okay. So you see this. I'm going to edit. So I'm going to add the address of the front page here by highlighting the front page, and I go to this link. Add the address here, and I would like to create a new window when I press on this. So I click Insert. Now that I have this address, I want to also add the address of working desk. So maybe I come here. They ask me, do you want to leave this page? I say no, I want to stay there. So what you need to do is you have to save it first. Okay? So after you save it, you can always have this page to go to the front page. So if you don't believe that, you click on this. So you got the front page, and you go back to the Coffee Corner. And so you can go to the front page from the Coffee Corner. So the next thing you want to do is, if I would like to go to the working desk, I go to the working desk, I copy working desk, link address, and then I go back to View. Okay? So now I'm ready to add the address of working desk here. So I go to Edit. And then so I'm going to highlight the working desk. So I'm going to click on the link here and add the address of the working desk here. I also want to have a new window. So I click Insert. Then I save. So now from the Coffee Corner page, I can go either to the working desk, as you can see here, or I could go to the front page here. Alright, so of course, if you go to the Coffee Corner here, you can set a link. When you click on the Coffee Corner, you can always come back to this page. And the way to do it is very, very simple. Again, as you can see, I go to Map. Map is just like a road map. So I got the Coffee Corner here. I copy the copy link address of Coffee Corner. I go back here to make sure I'm still on this page. And then I want to edit this page by including the address of the coffee corner. I do something the same. So I paste the address here, and I make sure I go to the new window when I click on that. Now I have 3 important names to go. Let's save it. So in your coffee corner, you can either go to Excel, you can go to Working Desk, you can go to the front page. And that is the trick of how to create a page and also connect one page to the other page. Okay? It's very that simple with the Moodle environment to write wiki pages, as you heard from the gentleman minutes ago about how we're going to use wiki as well as blog in higher education. Oh, wow. What if I want to include my blogs in the Working Desk? Very simple. First of all, you have a blog menu here, remember? You have a blog menu here, and suppose I want to create my blog. Just add a new entry, and then when you add a new entry, it asks you what do you want to blog, the title of the blog, the context of the blog. At the end, you say anyone on this side and you save. Once you save this, with anyone on this side, you publish the blog in the Moodle environment with this course. And then you copy the link back to there, and in your wiki page, you can read your blog. Okay? Do you read my mind? Do you read my instructions? Okay, so very simple. Now, may I suggest that since you have a group now, when you come back to this classroom, many of you did already, you have 3 notebooks there, at least 1. It's so much better if your group will have at least 1 notebook on your table so that each one of you can see how we operate on this, right? One thing that is not too good about this room is we do not have computers. We still have computers, but this is not a computer room. So and this GE course is not a canon GE course. So we need to invite you to use your mobile devices or your notebook computer to bring it to the classroom. And we call this BYOD. Bring your own device to the class. Okay? So if you bring your own device to the class, you can experiment as we instruct you on how to do it. Okay, so much better. And the next thing is I want to show you, after you have some acquaintances of this technique, is the ideas of, okay, let me just make sure that I go back to the class website. Let's go to week number 6, okay, actually week number 6, day number 11, okay. So I want you to see an examples of using Wiki for student collaborations, okay? So we're going to explore this because this is what you're going to do. Use that as an example and use your experience with your Moodle's Wiki as a concrete platform for you to start up your collaboration. So let's take a look at this.
Debbie Weaver and Craig McIntosh from Swinburne University talk about how they've used wikis to facilitate effective group work for face-to-face and distance online students. They also discuss how they provided effective technical support and how they structured their assessment to cater for the collaborative learning process.
A wiki is a collaborative web page where students all have access to edit and design and add content and add extra pages too. So it's a site that is designed for group work, but to be presented in a web format. The class we're looking at today is an online unit taught through Open Universities Australia.
We'll have up to about 600 students in OUA. On campus we'll probably have 100 students.
We do a lot of training our students to work in teams on campus. We scaffold teamwork, but for fully online students, they're often forgotten about. So we were looking at how we could facilitate online group work. We looked at a few different technologies that could help us with this, and wikis seem to be the easiest way to do it. When students log into the Blackboard site, all of the wikis are located in their assessment area. You can see these students have used a variety of different media, text and images in here, including their sources at the bottom, and then down in the comments section we get a snapshot of the discussion that's taken place about that particular page. So this is where students are commenting on the current version, suggesting to each other what changes can be made, and importantly, complementing each other on what they've done. For students to edit the wiki, they just click on the edit link at the top, and it opens up a very, very simple HTML editor. So within their wiki, they can just insert the cursor in an area and just start typing. And they can select that text and do the basic formatting of making it bold, changing the colour, changing the size. They can easily insert images, insert links, anchors, etc. They have to make sure they save it to make sure those changes are then available for their fellow students to see. As assessors, we get a history, and it gives me a list of all the different versions, including who's made them and what time. Then I can quickly view the difference between two different versions. Here we've got an example of a deletion, an addition, and another deletion further on. So I can very quickly get an idea of who's done the bulk of the work on this site and what sort of work that's been done. If it's just been a minor word here or there, if it's a significant contribution. For all of the students coming, have a groups page set up. So here they'll be able to find a list of the people in their group together with their tutor's name. They've got a discussion board dedicated just to this group of students. They've also got what we call a collaboration area where they've got access to chat rooms so they can have synchronous meetings. Email where they can quickly send an email to fellow group members to set up meetings or to discuss what they're doing with their project. Students didn't have to spend a lot of time learning how to use the technology. The feedback we were getting afterwards was that the wiki that they produced as a group was so much better than any individual could have produced. To have a project where they're working with other students together and trying to support each other, they love the experience. They really enjoy that collegiality that they gain from it. The teaching team collectively were all very excited to be using it. And because they got such positive response from the students, really happy to keep going with it. As assessors, we could see who was doing what in the wikis. We could compare relative contributions by the individual group members. We could look at who was contributing significant work and who was being a free rider or a passenger within the team. We didn't know what would work. We hadn't tried off-campus group work before, but other people had tried it before. We did consult the literature.
What we've tried to do is build up a team and maintain that team. I'd have 10, 12 tutors who were involved in it.
We worked with them quite a bit when we were assessing the wikis, because especially the first iteration, none of us had assessed a wiki before. So we had developed our assessment rubric, but we wanted to do this together. So we met as a team and went through all of the wikis together to work out how we were going to assess the teamwork aspects of it.
Effort and collaboration are the two key factors that we reward in the individual mark component of the wiki.
We allocated 15 marks of the total marks just towards the teamwork processes.
To get a 15, we want to see that they've shown evidence of collaboration with all of the group members. From 8 to 15, a student needs to show that they've collaborated at some level. If they're getting an 8, they've done an individual piece of work of some quality, but they're not engaged with the group. So they'll get a reasonable mark for what they've done, but they're not getting a mark for collaboration, and that's I suppose, the key.
There was a few support mechanisms in place for students before they started, a manual with some screenshots, some links to some other group wikis, and we also recorded a lecture demonstration, how to create a wiki page and how to edit a wiki page and how to add links, just the really key functions that students wanted to do.
The context of the wiki can be seductive from a technological point of view. Those who have that facility can produce a delightful piece of work that's sort of engaging and dazzling, but it may not be academically sound.
We had to then try to help our students understand that it wasn't the glitz and glamour that we were really looking for.
We make it clear that the academic content is the most important, that the research is important, that the referencing is important, because these are still basic skills that we're trying to teach them.
Multimedia as appropriate examples was terrific, but if they couldn't work out how to embed a video, well, it didn't really matter. They could provide a link to it on another site, and that was perfectly okay too. So we learned how to manage expectations.
most of them don't believe that they could possibly do a piece of collaborative work, they could do a group work online. And most of them are pleasantly surprised at the extent to which they achieve a sense of success, but also a sense of relationship with the people they work with.
Using projects such as wiki projects like this means that we can now give our off-campus students the same experience, the same feedback and the same opportunity to develop these skills as our on-campus students.
Okay, now you've heard some very interesting points here that we can directly compare what we're going to do here with what they have been doing over there at Webbased Technologies. But do you hear two important messages? Using the wiki, we can see who's actually doing what in teamwork. You can do your individual work, which is very important to make it work. Let's also get involved in collaborations. When a piece of work is supposed to be done by 2 persons or 4 persons in your team, now you have enough indications from the wiki system to tell us who is doing what. If we come back here, we can see that somewhere here in the wiki there is something called history button. In the history button, we can always go back here to see how many times a student had revised the writing, who is doing the majority of the writing, and who has not done anything. It's a very interesting record when you get involved in a specific page like this. For example, this is a page, it's supposed to be a copy color, and all the time when Jennifer come here, that means we can conclude only Jennifer loves to drink coffee. Okay? From the perspective of writing, if this page is supposed to be a collaborative page, only Jennifer comes here to do something, then what happened to Alex? Alex never comes to do anything. Then we're going to ask the question, Alex, what happened? Why don't you come to this page to help Jennifer? Okay? It's a very interesting indications of personal effort and also pair effort and team effort. That's why in a specific wiki for teamwork, normally I would suggest that you include team space over there, you include the individual pair space over there, you include your personal space over there. So when you do your personal work, you get into your personal space. When you're going to get into pair work, you go to the pair space, and when you want to transfer your pair work to the team space, you go to team space. So you have to discuss about this in your team discussions meeting. All right? So I think that's the message I want to pass to you. Collaborations using wiki. Now, I must tell you that the wiki system in the Woodward environment is what we call the baby wiki. It's not as sophisticated as the wiki you see there in this Webbased University Technology. All right. After you have some experience with this baby wiki, okay, I can help you to transfer the work of your interest to some professional wiki. All right. So that is a very interesting thing. And normally, once a student has tasted the usefulness of wiki, you would never stop using it. Okay, that's a very useful tool. Okay, I have to stop here now because I'm 2 minutes late. I wish that you will have the team form, and make sure you let me know what's included in your team by writing in Documents Q&A hotline for this week, number 6. And I'm also going to issue another very simple questionnaire. Do you prefer to do your learning contract number 3 in the form of team, which means 2 pairs, or in the form of task force, which means 2 teams? Okay? So, and I will also help those pairs who have not found another pair to form a team. Now, just make sure you give me the information before the end of this Saturday. All right? I've already finished taking attendance. You're free to go. So that's it for today's CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology and Life, day number 12. Until next week, stay tuned.